How you doing? Good to see you again. So I'm Ollie. I'm one of the members of the Milton Hundreds Wargames club, if you can see on there. And we were lucky enough to be selected as part of the Mantic's Your Club, Your Story promotion to sort of get into Vanguard, test it out, do some blogs and videos for you guys, run some demo games, and generally see how we feel about the system and give it a real good shot. So this is the first video. I'm going to just do a quick sort of overview of what I've got so far, and then in a minute I'll flip the camera around down on the table and we're doing an unboxing of some of the bits that I'm going to be working on. So the other guys in the Milton Hundreds Wargames who are part of this project are Dave, Mark, Steve, Rob and Chris. And our club's based in Sittingbourne in Kent. We've just had it confirmed this morning that we've got a table at Selwig as well in October. South East London Wargames, they hold a big show in October, and we'll be there running a demo game of this. So if you're coming along, come and say hi. We'll all be in our yellow shirts and come and see us. So I'll tell you quickly about the game. I'll flick through the rule book. Here it is. So a few first impressions and a quick overview. It's a skirmish game, as I said, by Mantic. It's part of the Kings of War world set in Mantica, and this is the skirmish part of the system, which is called Vanguard. You play it on a 3x3 table. I think from what I can see, 3x3 is quite important because there is a mechanic in it whereby you can push people back, make them retreat, and if they retreat off the field, then they're out of the game. So it's set on a 3x3 map. As I said, it's a skirmish game. Looks like it runs between about sort of 5 to 15 miniatures, depending on the level. You build a warband up to 200 points. You get cards in the packs. I'll open mine in a second, show you. All the stats are on there, so you can have a set of cards next to the table there. So quick reference, see what you're doing rather than having to quickly flick through the rule book and everything. So you've got card-based stats, that's cool. It's alternative activation. So what I mean by that is whoever goes first will move one of their minis, and then the other player will get to move one of their minis, and so on and so forth until each of you have moved all your minis. That's the end of the turn, and then you then start a fresh turn. And most games, according to the rule book, play to 5 turns. I think there's about 12 scenarios in there, but we'll have a look in that in a sec when we flip it around. What else I need to tell you? So just a quick overview of the rules. It's dice driven. It uses D8s, which is really cool. Anyone who's played Dead Zone is going to be quite familiar with some of the concepts. Dead Zone's a cracking game actually, and so I'm hoping that this is going to be just as good. So it uses D8s and it's got exploding D8s. So that means if you roll an 8 on your D8, you get to roll that dice again, and you can keep rolling it as long as you keep getting 8s, and you can add up all those cool results. So exploding 8s is a cool mechanic, and that's one that's come from Dead Zone. So I like that. You've got power dice, that's these things here. We'll have a look at those in a minute. Yeah, there you go. So you've got power dice on there. You roll them at the beginning of the turn. You get a different amount depending on how you set up your army. Commanders give you more power dice as well. They've got swords on them, as you can see on there. You add up all the swords, and the swords are basically power points. You can spend those power points within your turn, and they do all kinds of different things. But they can give you extra actions. For example, you can use them to fire off spells, all different things. So that's a cool mechanic that seems particular to Vanguard. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. Power dice. What I will do, in probably a couple of weeks' time, once we've got it all in our heads and we've started rocking and rolling, I'll do some how to play videos. I'll break them all down and we'll go through it all properly. So anyway, that's enough waffling about that. I'll show you quickly what I've got, and then I'll turn the camera around. So we're going to have a look at the rule book. Just that. Got some power dice. We all got together, there's 6 of us doing it. We're all taking on different factions, and the faction I'm going to do is this, Forces of Nature. So we'll crack open this box in a minute and have a look inside and see what's what. So looking forward to that. It's got Forces of Nature, and got a terrain crate as well. We've got a few of these to go around. So we'll open that and see what's in there as well. So don't go away, join me in a sec. I'll flip the camera around down to the table. We'll crack open this and have a look. See you in a sec. Okay, welcome back. So, first of all, we'll have a look at the rule book. Let me just prop it up a little bit so we can see in there, and we'll run through it. So here we go, Vanguard Rulebook. So there's a copy of this you can find online on the Mantic website for free. It's an abridged version. So this is, what is this? This has got, yeah, about 160 odd pages. So the one online is about 30-35, and it just covers the basic rules. So this is the bigger one that you can buy if you want to have a bit more of a look. So you've got table of contents. I won't go through everything. I'll just flick to some quick bits. So let's have a look at the table of contents. You've got a Vanguard thing with a little bit of stuff about what you need to play the game. You've got the actual rules section, goes from page 12 to page 41. That includes a spell book and the special rules, so everything you need is in there. Then you've got a section on creating a warband. You've got a set of scenarios. There's 12 scenarios there. I had a quick look through those. There's a capture the giant one. Looks a good excuse to buy a massive giant, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Then we've got a background section, page 67, really helpful because we're kind of new to this setting, so hoping there's some good bits and pieces in there to help us understand Mantic and the Kings of War background. Then you've got your warband lists. There's tons of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different warbands. So the ones we're working on, we've got Basilians, we've got Northern Alliance, Forces of Nature that I'm doing, Trident Realm, Night Stalkers, we've got Abyssal. Yeah, I think that's the ones that we've got. Anyway, then there's basic equipment. You can add equipment to your warbands, give them some boosts and some special stuff. There's an advanced spell book. So these are the different, so you've got alignments, you've got good, evil and neutral. And depending on your alignment, you can have access to other spells. So that's that. Then we've got the camp bits on here on how to make up campaigns. So that's the rule book, nice and glossy. Some cracking photos in there. I just wanted to have a look at some of the miniatures in here. Look, see that? Look at that, straight out of Stranger Things, that is. Very cool. Some great pictures, loads of smashing art. Here's the rules section. I'm not going to go through the whole rule book, but as I said, I'll do a thing on how to play it. I'll break it down into a series of short videos, about 5 or 6 minutes each, on each section. I find that's really helpful for just a quick review, and you can find the bits that you want. These are all the stats I was telling you about. You can get these on the Easy Army website as well. That's the one that Mantic recommends you use to sort of set it off and get a print out. And I believe, we'll find out in a minute, but in the boxes I think there's cards as well. So these are the stats. There's also, I noticed on the website, some more factions that aren't in the book, whether they bought them out later on or whatever, I'm not too sure. So there's even more than the 14 or whatever it was on there. So anyway, that's a quick look at the book. Right, we'll plonk that to one side. I've got a terrain crate sitting here, so we might as well crack on with that. Let's have a look. Here we go. Right, we'll get the old shinies off. We've got 3 of these between the club, so I've got a knife. We've got to be a little bit careful. Not because it's a knife, but because we've got to share it all out. I don't want to smash all the boxes to bits. We've got 3 of these to share out between all of us. Between the 6 of us, so we'll take on half of it each ourselves. Here we go. Right, yeah, that's the box empty. Chuck that over there. So we have some tokens. So yeah, I think you can get fatigue, and you can brace yourself ready for attacks. All different mechanics within the game, and activations as well. So we've got some tokens. We'll share these out between ourselves. And then in here we've got, so this terrain crate says it's battlefield objectives, and I think it matches some of the scenarios in the rule book. Some of them are objective, well, all scenarios are objective based, aren't they? But so these are going to be, hopefully, match up some of the scenarios in the rule book. So here we go. It's got a young lady here all tied up. I'm trying to, where's the blooming, focus on her. Yeah, there you go. It's got this girl. Got a chap with a dead horse. It's going to look quite cool. Scenery and terrain and stuff, from what I've read, is quite important in this game. It's a crate of armour and bits and bobs. Got a chest. Look at that. It's cool. It's going to look great painted up. Yeah, like I was saying, sorry, terrain and whatever is really important in this game for line of sight and bits and pieces. That looks like fire, I reckon. That probably fits on top of something else by the look of it. Maybe this looks like a funeral pyre. can get that going, and I reckon maybe, yeah, there you go, look, see, bosh, that's cool. It's gonna look good. We've got a dragon's egg. I'm sure I saw when I was looking last night a scenario that was called the dragon's egg, so maybe that's something to do with that. Here are some more bits and bobs in there. Don't know what that is. Oh, it's like a rock with some runes and stuff on it, which is going to be cool because I've got the forces of nature, so I'm going to go quite druidic and stuff with that. They've got druids as their sort of captains or whatever you want to call them, champions anyway. So that's cool. But what I'm thinking is, well, obviously I live here in England, and the British Isles is kind of the home of the Druids. It's where they all started up on the Isle of Anglesey there, back when the Romans tried to invade and stuff. So paganism and all that kind of thing, that's sort of built into our culture. So I'm thinking about going old school kind of Druid with my lot and that sort of thing. So I'll have to, I can't remember where all these bits went. I'll have to sort that out in a minute. All the chaps at the club are going to be shouting at me now because I'm going to get it all wrong. Anyway, right, let's get it out of the way. Right. So that's a terrain crate. What else we got? We got some dice. Box of power dice. I said to you about the power dice, didn't I? They've it's the mechanic that it's the mechanic they use in Vanguard. You roll these. I think the red ones are kind of the lowest value. Then you got the white, and then you got the blues. And you roll them. I think you get 3 red normally, and then the rest. That's 4. The rest you boost up with your champions and things and special characters. So there you go. I rolled 3 swords. I'd have 3 power points, and I could spend those power points on in-game perks and different pieces, interrupt movements, add extra actions when it's my turn, activate spells and all that sort of coolness. So what else we got here? 2 blister packs. So we got Forces of Nature. That's the one I'm going to be. And this is, who's this fella? Forest Shambler. And then a Fire Elemental. So that's really cool. What I did notice that they haven't yet got miniatures for the entire range of characters in the rule books. So it might be a case of you having to source miniatures from other places to finish off your armies. But, oh cool, comes with a base. So basing is quite important in this game, from what I've read. There's the facings, as I said, I'll do the rules later, but there's certain facings you can be to get perks. Let's have a look here. There we go. Look, so that's a stat card for this chap. I'll run through stat cards in a different video, but yeah. So you get a stat card with them. That's good. And what we got is a metal miniatures. Well, this one's a metal miniature anyway. This is like a Guardian of the Forest kind of guy. I'm thinking Treebeard and all that. And yeah, so there you go. So he's going to look quite good, and I might even add some like some additional foliage and whatnot to him to make him look even more tree-like. As I said, come along to Selwig and you'll be able to see us and all of these bits and pieces there. Stick that to one side. This one is a Fire Elemental. I'm whizzing through this, but right, here we go. Oh, I've got 2 cards with this. Oh, so I've got a card. Okay, so it's a Fire Elemental. I've got a card for an Earth Elemental and the Fire Elemental. I don't know whether you normally get 2 cards or whether that was a packaging error, but either way I'm happy because I can find a mini. If they don't make one of these, I can find a mini to proxy that, so that'd be cool. Yeah, so that's the Earth Elemental. This is the Fire Elemental. It's kind of cool. And see down the bottom, he's got this text. That's extra things that he can do. Nature's Inferno. See, it's got 2. That means it costs 2 of those power points with the dice with the swords on them to do that thing. So that's that. This guy is plastic or resin. And if you go on their website, you can see examples of how they've been painted up. So he's got some. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look him up a little bit on how to paint him, but yeah, I'm thinking he's going to look. So I think that's an eye there. And he's sort of like. Oh, I've got the blooming thing here. What am I talking about? There you go. So that's what he. You see him? He's going to look good, isn't he? So that's that, and he's got a base as well. That looks like a 40mm square one. So he's a larger than life guy. Oh, let me get the other box. I've not even looked in these myself yet, so I'm quite excited. Look, you can see the sellotape still on here. So yeah, nice box, loads of artwork. From what I've read, these dudes are salamanders. These are Nimids, I think they're called. I might have said that wrong. This is the main girl in charge of my force, the druid chief, or whatever you want to call her. She's got a couple of cats here. So I'm thinking about the artwork. I'm thinking I might do, because druids, and they come from Wales originally, Isle of Anglesey, in the UK anyway, and that's the way I'm going. I'm thinking I might do mine quite pale skinned, maybe some ginger hair, and maybe you know, like the old pagan sort of war paint, like Braveheart, with like the blue swirls around her and stuff on her skin, maybe, and then perhaps sort of a tartan-esque kind of fur coat going on there. But we'll see. I might completely change that altogether. And salamanders, I'm thinking I might go with. I looked up a salamander on the internet. I know they're like kind of like newt type things, aren't they? I looked one up on the internet, and they're black with like these yellow and yellow or orange sort of quite really vivid spots on them. So I'm thinking I might do my salamanders like that. All right, here we go. Here's the box. Oh, brilliant! They've got bases. Somebody told me they didn't come with bases, which I thought was weird, so I'm glad they have, so that's cool. And looks like, yeah, I wonder what the little recess is for. Perhaps they sit on there and you can twist them. Anyway, cool, bases. You don't care about bases, I don't suppose. They're important to the game, but anyway. Loads of cards. Oh, so I've got special ability cards. Sort out the blooming focus. Yeah, there we go, special ability cards. I won't go through them all. Faction specific cards. And I've got cards for all my guys. Guys and girls, an image. I think some of these. Oh, how do we say that then? Do you reckon? Neated? Yeah, don't know. Work that out. I think these are female by the look of some of them. That one definitely is. Yeah, these are going to be cool. So yeah, I'm looking. I think. Oh, I've got Centaur. Got cards for some of the other models as well. That's smart. Groovy. Okay. Cool, so yeah, so I'm having quite a bit of a think about how I want to do these. As I say, I'm going to do them a little bit different to the suggested artwork on the box, but in the sort of the Mantic kind of mantra, it's your story, your game, do it how you want to do it, so I shall. Here we go, we've got some couple of like, what do they call them, like pumas or something like that. Jungle cats, I'm going to call them. Maybe in England these would have been lynxes or yeah, Highland, you know, Manx cats, or there's some Scottish wild cats. So I might do a bit of Googling and have a look at them. So I've got two of those guys. I won't bore you for too much longer, but this is quite exciting for me. Here we go. So this is the lady. This is my chief. I need to find a cool name for her. So yeah, I think so. She's got a wolf skin on the back. That's kind of cool. I think a bit of tartan for her outfit, yeah. That'll look good. Another one of them. And we've got, right, so this is the moment of truth. Because one thing I like about plastic miniatures, which I said in another video there, is the customisation and your ability to make them all look kind of different. So the more bits and pieces these are in, the higher the customisation value is going to be. So let's whiz open a couple of bags and have a look. So these look like the salamanders. So as you can see on the sprues, they're all legs, heads, arms and whatever. Yeah, the legs, heads, arms, various bits and pieces. There's lots there. And then body wise, we've got them, they're kind of like that. So their basic standing pose is sort of dictated, but there's plenty of room to move arms around, heads around, do different bits. So each of these guys are going to look different, which is what I wanted. It's really nice. It's really nice if you can mix the poses up. That's one of the benefits to plastic minis, so that's really cool. Well, I had an idea they'd be like that because I've got Dead Zone and they are too, so that's cool. And these are those Nead things. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Okay, anyway, so we've got this. These are Neads. These are arms, weapons, and some blooming great thing there. I don't know what that is. Maybe like a backpack or something. Oh, it's a flag. There you go, Wally. Yeah, so it's a big flag. Cool. I know that one of the other factions, which is also neutral, is Trident faction, and they have these guys, these Naiad thingy it was. So we've got one here that's all like a honeycomb. I don't know what that's about. I'll have to do a little bit of research, see what these are, and then these are the kind of the warriors, so they're all looking cool. Anyway, so that's everything cracked open. Hope that's helped in some way if you're thinking about buying it or getting into it. You've got an idea what you might find in your boxes. I've made a load of mess, so I better get tidied up. But anyway, look forward to doing some more videos. Speak to you all again soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted. Take care. Bye bye.